ممكن يحققوا الهدفين مش غلط الهدفين مع بعض ليش لا
It's possible that they would achieve both goals for both parties, you know? And both goals meaning Fatah having a peace agreement and because, you know, we believe in you gotta hit and you gotta also be peaceful from both sides.
Okay.
So,
هي المصلحة يعني المصلحة الشخصية ما هي جزء من المصلحة العامة يعني جزء من مصلحة الشعب يعني يعني شو بتفرق؟
So the personal gains is part of the public gains that they're having, you know, in Fatah and Hamas because they're having mostly personal gains. So the public it's part of the public gains. So at the end it should benefit the people, you know, and that's his point of view. Obviously.
Okay. What did you mean again by two things, like a hit and a?
Okay, so what I meant is there is a saying for the Palestinians that says, you know, what was taken by force you cannot return except by force.
Okay.
So that's the Hamas side.
Yeah.
And the other side, there's another saying that says you should be peaceful to other people so you can live peacefully, which is the Fatah point of view.
Okay.
So it's possible that with Hamas we can achieve a little bit more gains as, for example, more land, and with Fatah we can achieve the peace agreement. So Fatah pulls one side with peace and you know, peaceful ways in regards of dealing with the Israelis, and Hamas keeps the, not extreme, but a little bit more of the mukawama.
شغلة المقاومة حلوة في عندك عمر للمقاومة.
There's no age for resistance, you think?
يعني عند المقاومة وقت الطفل يعني أنا اليوم انحبست وقت عمره 13 سنة.
He was in jail when he was 13. So
المقاومة ما بتتطلب العمر المحدود أو تقول له حد للعمر إنه يتطلب المقاومة. أما يوم بده ياخذ قرار لبناء عائلة لتأسيس عائلة بده يكون من العمر 20 عم بياخذ قرار.
Okay, so he thinks about the resistance. He thinks there is no certain age. As I said, he was already in jail when he was 13 or 14. But for marriage, for example, he has to be over 20 to start thinking about marriage and establish a family.
Okay. What was he in jail for?
كنت بعمر 16 في السجن. ليش؟ إذا بنقدر نسألها.
سياسة يعني.
Political.
Okay. What exactly? What exactly?
Resistance. مقاومة صح؟
Throwing rocks, stabbing someone.
يا ابو احمد
حجار يعني.
حجار مطارد ورا الجيش النار تنظيم
throwing stones, being part of the resistance groups, shooting the soldiers.
He was 13, shooting at soldiers. Wow. Okay.
13 انحبست جوا قعدت ما يقارب عندهم 5 سنين.
طلعت على 18 يعني؟
طلعت تقريبا لا تقريبا 18 شيء 18
19 شو مكان لا؟
شو احنا تقريبا من 2006 قعدت 2006 7 8 9 2011.
He stayed 5 years from 2006 till 2011. And
5 years for shooting and for all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I say, do you support, follow, I always say resistance, just to know. Because you know my situation. They will just kill me if I say Palestinian on. In Arabic, it's so bad. So he said, if they want to resist, they can resist. I don't want to do anything. And then he was laughing. He said, I'm afraid of the government, so please just
Okay. Okay. Now, what do you mean that you use the word resistance, mukawama?
Yes.
Okay, instead of the word what? Violence?
Yes.
Why? Why is violence
Because,
worse?
When I say violence, only to us, only people who's pro-Israelis use Palestinian violence.
Okay.
Even like the smartest people, the Palestinian, and who's very like open-minded, when they go on TV and they talk in public, they never say Palestinian violence. They say conflict, they say resistance, they say
But when you say the word,
when you say resistance, it doesn't mean that you're supporting resistance. It just means that they're fighting the occupation. But when you say violence in Arabic, you just say they're making problems to the peaceful country. So that's it.
oh, so the word violence, it has a connotation that you're doing something that's just unfair violence.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Unfair. You can't use violence to talk about something fair and just. You can't use violence to talk about demonstration.
Okay. Okay, so normalization.
Normalization. Yeah.
Explain what it means according to.
Normalization, the word that I want to explain for you first, but that's something that you don't know. Normalization in Arabic says it's tatbir. The tatbir word in Arabic, what do the people understand it from this word, is that we use it if you get a wild horse and you're gonna make it act very well to like ride it or something like that. We say we are doing tatbir for the horse.
Taming, yep.
Yeah, taming. Which
Breaking it in.
Exactly, and it means the normalization. Normalization between the Palestinian and Israelis. It's actually this case is found by the non-governmental organization here in the Palestinian community. Like the non-governmental organization always has targets and aims to do it between the Palestinians and the Israelis, even if it's a peace organization or not. But mostly they are trying to make normalization. If it's for example, between the culture, they are normalizing the life between the boy and the girl. Because in the Arabic tradition, it's not something usual to get out with a girl to a cafe in Palestine or something like that. So the non-governmental organization, they do always has projects that will make it breaking ice between boys and girls, let them talk to each other and blah 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 blah. That is which is the peace organization is doing it all over between the Israelis and Palestinians. They are trying to make normalization, to get negotiations with them, to get like some people who has who understand the Israeli culture and the Israeli tradition. At the same time, the people who understand the Palestinian culture and the Palestinian tradition. In order of what? In order of having the biggest dream, in order of having the thing that everyone is looking for, which is peace. And that's it.
So why do you think the anti-normalization people, like BDS, do you know that group?
No.
BDS is boycott, divestment, and...
Yeah, the one who, you mean, they came to the hotel in Ramallah where
Exactly,
it was. Yeah.
exactly. So
these people, they do just believe, and let me say that I'm not telling about my own opinion.
Yeah.
I'm explaining what's going on. The people who's the BDS is people who has like a loyalty for traditions, a symbol of tradition, a loyalty of a symbol of culture, a loyalty of symbol of let's say a book for them, that Palestine is free for the Palestinians from the river to the sea, Palestine is free for the Palestinians from Lebanon to the Red Sea, and we tried a lot to have negotiations with the Israelis, and they do have some conditions before getting into any negotiations, which is free the Israeli jails from the Palestinian prisoners, give us the right to live on the ground of 1967, get out with your settlements from the West Bank, and give us free media, give us democracy, stop arresting people from the Palestinians, and then we will start negotiations. Before you doing this, we are not going to do any negotiations.
okay, and why do they think that way can win?
Because they've tried to get negotiations for a long time with the Israelis. At the same time, when it's Mahmoud Abbas or the Palestinian government is making negotiations with the Israelis, each day a new settlements in the West Bank, new settlements in the West Bank. So why to negotiate? They have the Israelis let us feel that they do have this two faces: a face for negotiations and saying things, and a face is doing something different at all.